A deeper understanding means a deeper experience of the places that we visit, especially in Japan. This guy here, who was literally living in Japan for multiple years, somehow persuaded a temple building master to let him in on the process and document it so that he could share it with everyone else. And he documented it with so much detail. Like, when are you actually going to get to check out masters of their craft doing all this stuff with the authentic tools? These isometrics, some of my favorite parts of the book, and you'll see them all the way throughout. So here's another isometric. So it's going through each of the different stages. So we've got isometric here. He's got it darker for the sections that he's explaining. So this here, this is probably my favorite page in the entire book. Just looking at these parts of the temple, I thought they were all just one piece, but I didn't realize that all these different parts all put together with dowels and really intricate carpentry. I thought this was a really cool detail here. What I didn't understand before I read this was that the tie beam, it's a beam that ties two of the columns together. This tie beam is intentionally oversized, and with the roof load over time, the beam actually begins to shrink into place so that all the pieces are flush. The sections and elevations, and this here, it's got all the different members. So seeing this stuff in real life and then comparing it to what you're seeing in the book, and then tying the two bits of knowledge together, it just goes through all the details. So you've got your waist ties that come in here, then the wedge that props it in. I might have a video to chuck in here too, just so you can see what it looks like in real life. All the different bits and pieces. What this dude's doing just here. So you've got the two columns, lattice, that they then screed over the top so that it creates the wall partitions. So the way that the actual roof tiles are tied to the roof structure, a lot of them are actually tied in with copper. So I'll see if I've got a video for this. I'll pop up from my trip. They're almost really hard to see, even just with these images here. But you can see just there. Measuring construction of a Japanese house. So many details. 250 sketches. Look at that. Some nice elevations. Different bathroom layouts. So many floor plans. Oh, I like it when they put gardens in. They've even got the north point on here, which is cool. It kind of gives you a bit of an idea of what they prioritize for the site. In Australia, we typically prioritize for the north. Well, depends on where in Australia. Whereas this, it's much more kind of spread out across the site. So very cool to see a different kind of configuration. Construction systems of early Japanese dwellings. Look at that. That's such a cool section. Got the footings down through here. Then all the different footing types, check that out. Stone foundations, that's something that we're so used to concrete footings for pretty much all of our structures. If you were looking for the equivalent in Australia, Building Your Own Home by George Wilkie, here we are, like all the different footing details. I'm a big fan when people share the details and common construction because it's just hard information to come across.